To fight as a heretic of Zada is to have demons at your back. Uriel incinerates foes with searing brimstone and commands 3 fiendish summons to do his devil's work. Welcome back, my lovely beans, to a first impression video of Uriel. We will dip our toes into the deep waters of a new frame and have a look at what Uriel can do and what I have tested so far. Just as a little disclaimer, this is a first impression video. I had fun testing, so I hope you have fun. First, a bit of lore. Uriel was bound by Sentinent and chained on Perida, one of Tao's moon. After the operator realized the betrayal of Balas, they transferred into Uriel and freed him with that. Bringing hell over Tao and burned down the university was the sole reason to find him. The first ability of Uriel is Infernalis. We can fly. We have the zoomies. While your first ability is active and you are in the air, press your dodge button and you will start flying. A new way of movement through the map. Flight speed seems to be affected by parkour velocity and you can reload while flying, so try to use the time wisely. Besides that, Uriel is covering himself in an aura of heat, inflicting heat damage and heat status effect on nearby enemies. In addition, you are summoning your first friend of Uriel's passive, Kadanach. Friend number 1. As long as he finds an enemy within a 6-meter radius and there are a minimum of 2 extra enemies around them in a 50 meters radius, he will inflict a curse on them. A curse spell. He will link them, make them suffer. He chains them to himself and spread 100% of the initial damage to the first target to the enchanted enemies and slows them. The slow is kept at 95%. With 195% ability strength. One thing you might want to pay attention to is that Kadanach is vulnerable while chained to enemies and should be healed from time to time with Uriel's second ability. The second ability is called Remedium. This ability heals Uriel himself and little demonic friends. If they are dead, you will resummon them. While casting, Uriel is invulnerable, cleansing himself of status effects and restoring health and shield, regenerating overshields if possible. Your second friend is called Golfagor. Enemies in 12 meters be warned. You will latch onto them, staggering them and inflicting damage per second. Healing the marked enemy for enhanced energy and health drop chance, which is based on your ability strength. In addition, leaving a ground area that is burning his enemies with a heat damage tick per second. Golfagors target an enemies every 4 seconds and it is untargetable while latching onto an enemy. When talking about healing, how about Arcane Intensify? As a note, right now it doesn't trigger when healing your demonic friends, but according to a post by Pablo, that is supposed to be fixed. So I believe in this and will work around this. With this idea, we can trigger the extra ability strength by healing our demonic friends on a regular base. Remedium is Uriel's Helm ability. When subsumed to other frames, the healing is reduced and sadly, you can't summon your little friend. Demonium, reading this name makes me feel like I'm summoning something. Uriel splits the soul of his little friends and throws them like projectiles forwards, homing towards enemies for 5 seconds, sacrificing 10% of their health. When the soul hits enemies, it applies damage vulnerability to enemies and heat damage, both scaling of your ability strength. This ability is connected to Uriel's third little friend called Vysalis. Every 12 seconds, Vysalis will perform a ritual to an enemy, converting this enemy into a rune that increases fire rate and increased heat damage with a duration of 10 seconds. The buff is based once again on your ability strength. Allies can collect the rune as well, and you can see the runes on the minimap. Uriel's fourth ability is Brimstone. Once Uriel's demonic heat bar is filled up, you can activate the ability. Domain activation. Expand hell on earth, or Tao, wherever you are. Now that we covered the ability itself, what is the playstyle? What option do we have? I personally wanted to test something around the insane amount of base shield and health Uriel has. At max level, Uriel has 666 shield and health, so why not play into that? Let's combine the new Arcane Expertise with a lot of ability strength, Arcane Blessing, and Parasitic Armor. Arcane Expertise is the new Arcane you can buy from Uriel and applies 100% of ability strength modifier to max shield. This in addition with Parasitic Armor, which sacrifices our shields to reinforce armor for a period of time, reduces our armor problems. Because let me tell you, health tanking with a base armor of 105 is not a good idea. We're using Arcane Blessing to increase our base health and adaptation for our resistance against different damage types up to 90%. For the rest of our build, I personally wanted to make sure that our energy economy is balanced, and due to the low base energy, I would highly suggest running Prime Flow in addition with equilibrium. I'm aware that in theory, our second friend is dropping a lot of health and energy orbs, but that is something I simply don't want to pay attention to. If you feel like you don't need equilibrium, feel free to swap it out. Like I already talked about, I'm using Arcane Intensify. At this moment, healing our demonic friend is not triggering the second part of the mod, which is restoring health with abilities grants 30% ability strength for 10 seconds, but according to Pablo, that should get fixed, and I have hopes, so we will leave it like that. To achieve as much ability strength as possible, I also added blind range and transient fortitude. Transient fortitude can be a bit annoying due to the lowering of the duration, especially for parasitic armor, even with prime continuity, so that is up to you if you want to use it or not. For shards, the only shard I highly suggested is a casting speed shard. Besides that, I'm running 1 Parker velocity shard and 3 ability strength shards for more shield, because why not? Always more. Just as a little reminder, Uriel 2 is healing and cleansing, so if you see yourself with any annoying status effect, maybe press it from time to time. So in the end, what is my first impression of Uriel? A pretty fun frame. I will work more on him to figure out more fun builds. I already have some ideas regarding his 4 and also level capping for him. He definitely has some energy and armor issue, which is a bit sad regarding his amount of base health, which is similar issues with Araxia already. Let me know what you think about him and what you already have tried so far. Stay tuned for more, and thank you for watching.